Hey everyone! Today I wanted to come again to you talking about the only book that you are going to need to teach your child to read. This comes in the background of a viewer that wanted to know just how you could use this book as just one tool for reading. So today I'm going to take you through in the way that I do it. And remember, mommies, every child is different, and you can do the lesson, the reading, using the tools in just the specific way that fits the best for you. So there's no specific layout that you have to complete. Just reassure yourself, once you have the time and dedication, and of course, if you have a great tool like this, you are more than 5 to 10 steps ahead. Hey, I'm Monique, a pediatrician turned homeschool mom and keeper of my home. Here, I love to share family, health, home, and sustainability tips that will help to provide us with the skills and know-how that we all need to uplift and equip ourselves. In knowing more and being better equipped, we will all be more sustainable. And also remember, in this early learner period, there are so many things that our children are learning already, from the way you speak with them, listening to the sound of words, seeing pictures and recognizing what words belong to them and are associated with them, listening to rich stories. These are the things that will teach them how to read in the long run. So this is just a stepping point. So here we go. I'm taking you through just a few of the ways that I would use the McGuffey's Primer. This is the original McGuffey's Eclectic Primer. Of course, as I mentioned in my other video before, this book was made way back in the 1800s. 1836 is the copyright on this one. So as you go through the book, you're gonna see you're taken into the beginning where they give you a little review of your alphabet. Of course, hopefully by this time, when you have a little learner that is wanting to read and that you're teaching to read, they would have already known all their alphabets from A to Z, because that will give them the baseline that they need to recognize the letters in the words that you're going to show. So it takes you through. You have it in first in manuscript, and then you have it in italics. As you go on, you're going to see in lesson 1, you're met with very bold pictures and then the simple words. So for me, what I do is I introduce the picture first for the picture recognition. Then, once the child, of course, recognizes, for example, that this is a boy and this is a man, I can then associate the letters that we already know from our alphabet, and then the joining of those letters to make the sound and then the word that we associate with the picture. So in this case, we already know B, O, and Y, and then we're gonna bring the sounds together. It's just very simple, just in the way you would be talking every day to your child. So we're going to recognize the letters first, is how I do it. So we would recognize B, O, and Y. And then we're going to bring it together and sound it out. B, O, E. B, O, E. Let's put it together faster. B, O, E. Boy. And that's how you can do it. That's just one example. Same thing here. M, A, and N. Recognize the letters. Recognize the picture that is associated with those alphabet letters, and then the sound. A, n. A, n. A little bit faster. A, n. A, n. Man. And that's how I would do it for the simple beginning lessons. And you just keep going on until your child is able to do that by himself. No rush. Take your time. That is exactly how we do it. And then once you move from the big pictures and then the word recognition, this is where the fun starts, because now there are no pictures but just the words. So now you're gonna see whether your child understands really the words and not just understanding it from linking the pictures with it, but being able to recognize the letter and the words alone without a picture prompt. And that is the beginning of reading. Because of course, most of our books don't really have pictures as we get older. So we need to understand what the letters stand for. And then of course we can associate those images and pictures as we grow. So this is nice as you move on forward. This is example in lesson 3. You've got the word that you already saw before, all the word list, but now no pictures. So you're going to go through the same way, recognize the letters, knowing the sounds, and linking the word together, linking the letters together. Boy, pot, man, hat. And you just keep going until they understand it. And you don't have to feel rushed to go any further. And you don't need anything extra, but remember, you should be reading rich books already to your child that will give them these associated words, because this is just the English language. You're going to see these things in repetition as you move through different books. So choose rich and enlightening moral stories with good character, good lessons that you would want them to learn in life, practical skills. And then you go on through the lessons as they understand. Now in lesson 4, we're getting a little bit more complicated. Now we have a string of a short sentence. Now we're needing to focus more on the letter recognition and then the phonetics of it, how it sounds. So for example, it is he. You're going to go through the same way. It is he. It is he. And you move it faster together. It is he. And you go line by line until we understand. No rush. And that's how you complete your lessons, one by one. And before you know it, we get to harder lessons, but we still have a few pictures to help us recognize the words and really solidify it in our mind. Moving on forward into the book, we're not going to have any more pictures. Now we're gonna have some vocabulary at the ending of the lessons to really solidify the words that you have seen in the story. So this would be a good way to increase your reader's speed by going through the vocabulary list. So see, for example, you'll see son, for, few, way, lie, all, love, boy, you, hurt. By this time, they should be able to read these things, so they don't need the pictures to necessarily help recognize the letters, and you can go faster into vocabulary already. By the time you end up finishing the book, your reader will be far ahead in what they need to know as a basis for building. And the books, as I mentioned in that first video, builds and moves onwards. So this is the primer, and then you're gonna move up into the next level, and then the next level, and it goes all the way up through high school. And there you have it. So you have your primer and even a spelling book, a first reader, second reader, third reader, and fourth. And just so you know, these levels can be used even in multiple years. So they really are designed to be taken in time, not rushed through. And as you go on further, the stories and the information is so rich. I'm reading through the third primer, the third book rather, and it is so nice to see the moral stories, the information about our Father in heaven that is implemented within, and more. It's really a treasure. And of course, no matter what, always use discernment. Look through the stories and see if there's anything strong that you feel like would not be good at the moment for your child to read. Then you can manage that and then share what you feel is good at that moment. But in general, it is an overall treasure. I hope that this walkthrough with how we use the primer in our homeschool was helpful for you. Please leave any comments below. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to help. We're all on this journey together. And as always, stay healthy, be well, living your most sustainable life. I'll see you soon.